Here through the Affordable Care Act could face major sticker shock. With big changes on the way, some recipients may no longer be able to afford care that's supposed to come at a lower price. WBTV's Matt Fernandez joins us live in our newsroom tonight. So Matt, can you explain what types of changes are on the horizon here?
Some of the big names like Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina and Cigna Healthcare of NC that offer Affordable Care Act plans are asking for big premium increases in 2026. This is a look at proposed increase rates for 2026 from some of the insurance companies that provide ACA plans. AmeriHealth Caritas North Carolina is looking at a 36% increase, Blue Cross Blue Shield of NC a 29% increase, and Cigna Healthcare of NC a 27% increase. This is according to the NC Department of Insurance. Experts say the main reason is the expiration of extra federal help that began during the pandemic. The enhanced subsidies to lower monthly premiums are set to run out at the end of 2025. Frederick Fisher is the president of the Fisher Consulting Group and has 50 years of insurance expertise. He says it's not just the loss of subsidies.
Healthcare costs certainly play a role. A lot of medical supplies, a lot of medical equipment, a lot of medical drugs are coming in from overseas because we're not manufacturing them here, and they're being hit with tariffs. And all I can tell you is tariffs are ultimately paid by the consumer.
Fisher has this advice if rates do go up by big name insurers.
Shop the account as much as possible if you can. If you can afford it, take higher deductibles. A fundamental change in approach needs to exist.
Carolina's insurance commissioner does not set ACA rates, the federal government does, but his office is reviewing the proposals to make sure they're fair. Increases to ACA plans would go into effect on January 1st of 2026. In the newsroom, Matt Fernandez, WBTV, on your side.